Hey guys, it's me, Mr. 250, and welcome back to Steins Gate, the visual novel. We're back here again after doing our last time leap. This is the part where I replaced my audio because I accidentally said a spoiler. What we're attempting to do right now, because we convinced Kurisu in our last time leap that we did in fact have been time leaping over and over again, and she suggested to us to do this. So right now we're trying to convince her, and it's not working very well, but I think we may have just convinced her. She appears genuinely shocked for some reason, but I'm pretty sure she believes me now, as I said.
心の中を覗き見されたような気分よ。しかもよりによって岡部にと。
What does she think I'm going to do?
でも、あんたの言うこと信じてよさそうね。詳しく聞かせて。
I explain everything to Kurisu again. I'm able to organize my thoughts better since this is my second time.
なるほどね。あんたの言うことが事実なら、かなりまずい状況だな。
There are 5 hours until Mayuri's death. We need to come up with a plan before then.
5時間後の私は、時間順序保護仮説かもって言ってたらしいけど、それともちょっと違う気がする。
If you guys couldn't read that in the last video, I'm not sure. I looked at the final product and honestly I didn't have time to adjust it when I was editing it. So I thought it was close enough. If you guys couldn't read it, just do a Google search. You can find it in Wikipedia what that means, if you're curious.
あの仮説は因果率が狂う恐れがあるからタイムトラベルの可能性は量子論により否定されるっていうものよ。でもタイムリープの場合タイムパラドックスはそもそも起きない。
Two of me don't exist at the same time, and I can't bring anything with me to the past. All that changes are the memories stored in my temporal lobe. So, at the very least, time leaping can't cause a grandfather paradox.
やはり世界の意志だ。宇宙そのものが検閲をするかのように、俺が歪ませた事象の修正を行っているとしか思えない。
だとしたら、タイムリープじゃ、マユリは救えないっていうことになる。
そんなのは認めない。
同意するわ。世界の意思説は非現実的すぎる。私は支持したくない。
So what's the underlying cause?
I can't be sure. I mean, it could even be that the circumstances of her birth somehow set her on a path which made dying on a certain date at a certain time unavoidable.
You're sounding like an astrologist. That's fatalism, and I don't buy into it for a second.
多世界解釈ならどうだ。マユリが死なない可能性を観測できれば解決だ。
多世界解釈か。マユリの死に方がいつも違うっていうのは関係あるのかな。でも重ね合わせ状態になっているいくつもの可能性世界は相互観測が不可能なのに、あんたはどうして観測できてるの？
それはこの俺の特殊能力であるリーディングシュタイナーが。ダメだこいつ。早く何とかしないと。
Every time he says it, I'm just waiting for her to say something back like
他
that.
に説明のしようがない。
特殊能力ってあんたね、もしかしてそれ本気で言ってたのか？
ふざけているつもりはないぞ。
Our D-mail experiments prove that I can somehow perceive changes in the timeline when they occur. It's an ability only I seem to possess.
特殊能力だかなんだか知らないけど、そんな不確定的なものを頼る気にはなれない。だいたいどの可能性を観測するかを制御しようがないんだから、多世界解釈だろうがなんだろうが、マユリが死なない可能性に至るのは無理よ。
待て、これでは話が進まないではないか。解釈の話はいいから俺たちにできることを考えるべきだ。
タイムリープじゃ結果は変えられない。さっきそう言った。
じゃあどうするんだ？
落ち着け。
落ち着いていられるか？俺が一体何度マユリの死を目の当たりにしたと思ってるんだ。あいつが無残に血を流して生き絶えていくのを俺は目の前で何度も見ていたんだ。 見ていることしかできなかったんだ。
I hear my teeth grinding in my skull. Recalling that despair, that feeling of utter powerlessness, makes me want to lash out at everything within reach.
感情に身を任せてたって何も解決しない。
当事者じゃないからそんなに冷静でいられるんだろう。
そうね。私には5時間後のことはわからない。正直なところ実感が湧かない。
We can assure you it's real. There's blood everywhere.
でもあんたの言ってることを信じてないわけじゃない。岡部がしっかりしなきゃ。
Kurisu pats my arm. Her hand is warm and her touch is gentle. How American of her.
悪かった。
She's right. Getting emotional won't solve anything. I need to calm down. Calm down.
そもそも原因が違うのに必ず同じ結果に至るというのが解せない。因果が歪んでいるとしか思えない。
真由里の死の原因は桐生萌香が発砲するじゃなくてもっとマクロなことなんじゃない？
Like fate, which we were talking about. I actually saw a comment and they said fate doesn't sound real, but I don't know. I can't think of a better word at the moment for it.
タイムマシンを作ったことか、あるいはセルンにハッキングしたことがバレたことあたりね。その結果として真由里が死ぬ。そう考えるなら因果は歪んでないって言える。
苗に背中を押されて電車にひかれるのもそれで説明できるのか？
あ、そっか。でも因果律は絶対のルールなのよ。それを否定したら全ての物理学も否定されてしまう。だから必ず真由里が死ぬのには原因がある。
その原因さえわかるならなんとかなるかも。
そうでもない。
どういうことだ？
その原因となる出来事がいつ起こったというのが問題になってくる。あまり時間が経っているようだと対処できないわ。
タイムリープマシンがあるから携帯電話を持っている時代の範囲内ならどこへでも戻れるはずだろう。
戻れない。予測だけどタイムリープマシンは一度に最長で48時間しか跳躍できない。
I found it odd that she doesn't bother to mention that until now. In the anime, they tell you that almost immediately. Like when we make the time leap machine, they're like, you can only go back 48 hours. I wonder why they didn't bother till now to say that, but that's the small problem that we're having. 48 hours? I can only go back 2 days?
なぜ今さらそんなことを？
今さらってタイムリープマシンが完成したのはついさっきじ
Yeah,
ゃ
I
ん。
was a little curious why that was never brought up. That's true.
5時間後のお前も言わなかった。
あ、そういうことか。言い出すタイミングがなかったのかも。
で48時間しか飛べない理由は？
わからない。私もマシンのすべての原理や構造を理解して作ったわけじゃないから。連続での跳躍は可能よ。タイムリープマシンが存在している限りね。例えば10年後までタイムリープマシンが壊れずに残っていたのなら10年の時間を遡ってくることはできる。
Wouldn't that be agonizingly slow doing that 2 days at a time? Keyword being agonizing because it apparently hurts quite a lot to do these jumps?
単純計算で
Yeah,
1825回タイムリープする必要があるからかなりのリスクになりそうだけど、とにかく理論上は可能なの。
That's a lot of leaps.
だったら何も問題は？
大あり。言ったでしょ、タイムリープマシンが存在している限りって。あのマシンはいつ完成した？
あ、
そう、ほんの1時間前、2010年8月13日の午後2時ぐらい。それ以前には存在していない。
And that's our main problem, is that we can't really go back that far with it.
マシンを使うのは今日の2時以降じゃないと不可能なのよ。
つまり過去方向へは
Count 48 hours back.
8月11日の14時までしか行けないと。
That is correct. Kurisu nods, her expression grave.
おそらく
改良できないのか。
将来的にできるかもしれないけど、今のこの状況じゃ無理。もっときちんとした設備のあるところでお金をたくさん使ってきちんとしたパーツを使えばなんとかなるかもしれないけど、それをやろうとしてもどうせセルンに潰されると思う。
Especially considering that in, what is it, like 5 hours or something, somewhere roughly around there, we can't exactly do that
未
quickly.
来の私かあんたが未だにタイムリープしてきていないという回で証明終了。
Now that's where time travel stories start to get weird, is when things happen that happened at towards, let's just say in terms of a story, happened towards the end of a story that happened at the beginning of a story, because then it gets really confusing and you have to understand the whole story to understand that at all. So basically,
結局何もできないということではないか。タイムリープマシンがあっても5時間後にマユリがセルに殺される運命は結局避けられないのかよ。
what was that noise? At that moment, I hear a sound from outside the window. Is it Moeka? Did she overhear us? I dash to the window and look down at the street. It's Suzuha. Her bicycle has fallen over, and she's scurrying to pick it up. Our eyes meet.
あいつ
Why does she look so pale? Her lips move slightly. It looks like she's whispering something, but I can't make it out from here.
おい
I call out to Suzuha, but she leaps on her bike and zips away. She's acting strange. I smell a conspiracy. Moeka was a spy. Could Suzuha be the same? It's too dangerous to trust anyone. Suzuha has exhibited suspicious behavior, though not as much as Moeka has. She's openly hostile towards Kurisu, and she was able to take down CERN's hit squad single-handedly. I wonder if this missing father of hers really exists. Could he be the John Teeter who's been posting on the internet? What is the meaning of the name Beryl Teeter? Instinct tells me that she knows something. I dash out of the lab.
ちょっとどこ行くの？
Totally ignored her. I know I don't have much of a chance catching her on foot, but I have to try. There's something going on here. This is a completely new sequence of events. According to my memories of the future, Suzuha is supposed to remain at the Braun Tube workshop until 6:30 this evening. But when she overheard me talking to Kurisu, she suddenly took off like a bat out of hell. This has to mean something. But what does it mean? Tune in next time! No, Suzuha's already out of sight, but when she left, she was heading towards Chirodori. I wonder if her phone's on. Maybe I should just try calling her. Come to think of it, this reminds me of something. On the day she failed to meet her father, she disappeared without a word. Just an email saying, bye. I searched the town, but I couldn't find her, so I sent an email that changed the past in order to make her stay. I'm pretty sure I lost her near the station back then. What happened on that timeline? Where did Suzuha go after failing to find her father? I search up and down Chirodori, but find no trace of Suzuha or her bike. I have to be careful. There could already be rounders here in Akiba. I comb the area around the station's main exit, but there's no sign of her anywhere. I lost sight of her here before, so I thought she might be close by. Maybe I should corner her on my next time leap, or press her for answers before she can escape. I better get back to the lab. I start walking away from the station, but then the people around me gasp and point. Everyone's looking up at the sky. No, not the sky. The satellite embedded in the roof of Radio Kaikan. Why now? It's been there for 2 weeks. It's practically a landmark now. But everyone looks like they're seeing it for the first time. Uh-oh, more time travel-y suspiciousness. So I turn and look up too. The lights on the satellite are blinking. Is someone inside? Who?
天音鈴葉それとも桐生萌香か
The satellite has remained silent through all of my previous time leaps. What has changed? Obviously, the fact that Suzuha overheard my conversation with Kurisu. Previously, I lost sight of her at the station. In other words, right next to Radio Kaikan. Suzuha must be up there. Everyone's staring at the satellite. This is my chance to sneak in without being noticed. The shutters are half open, just as they were when I confronted Moeka. I summon my courage and crawl through the crack. When I get inside, the first thing I see is Suzuha's bike lying on the floor. Oh, this does sound suspicious.
やはりあいつか
What is she trying to do? What is that satellite? How is it related to John Teeter? Is it even a satellite? No one knows for sure. I check online. No satellites fell out of orbit that day. When they do, whether by accident or design, they usually burn up in the atmosphere. It's impossible for one to land in such a perfect condition. So, what is it then? A jolt suddenly runs through my body. Could it be a time machine? There's only one way to know for sure. I need to get there before Suzuha does something. The elevator and escalator aren't operating, so I bound up the stairs 2 at a time. Is this our first look like inside the building since then? This is really cool. My lungs gasp and my legs burn, but I force my body to carry me to the top. There's the satellite, lodged in Radio Kaikan's roof. I notice wires holding it in place. The police must have done that so it wouldn't fall. There's a hatch open on the side of the machine. I see someone moving inside.
鈴葉
The person freezes when I shout. I run to the satellite.
岡部凛太郎
Suzuha turns to me with a sad expression. Behind her, I can see the interior of the satellite. It's surprisingly simple, without the switches and buttons you'd expect. Instead, there's a black box the size of a desktop PC. There are numbers on the screen. 2010, 08, 13, and below that, 1975, 08, 13. Suzuha reaches out to press a button. Sparks burst from the panel. She jerks back, her fingertips burned.
何をしている
動かない
動かし方を知っているのか
She doesn't reply. I see her shoulders sag.
動かないよ
Those sparks had to be from an electrical short. My eyes are burning from the smoke.
Oh my god. Something's broken.
答えろ天音鈴葉
I swallow hard, then ask the question.
これはタイムマシンだなお前はタイムトラベラーなのか
With her head hung low, Suzuha nods. See?
私がジョン・タイターだよ
Oh, it all gets revealed.
Is this...
You know what it is. I'm a time traveler, specifically from the year 2036.
Dear God.
We've met online a few times, you and me. I post as John Teeter.
So, Suzuha being a little different makes more sense now. I mean, you may have guessed, that she was a time traveler. You may have guessed that she was John Titor. But until you actually know it, she's always just kind of weird. Like, how did she take out all those agents? Why does she act a little funny sometimes? Why does she look at Kurisu and be like, I'm so mad at you, and like we've never met before? So lots of stuff like that is now explained, more or less. There's still a big crowd outside, so we exit the building on the side facing away from the station. Suzuha has calmed down a bit, so I start pressing her for answers.
お前がジョン・タイターとはどういうことだ。
そのまんまの意味だよ。アットチャンネルに書き込んでたジョン・タイターはさ、私なの。
男だと思っていた。
Suzuha smiles humorlessly.
まんまと騙された？カムフラージュの意味もあるんだよね。
何から隠れようとしていた？
セルン。
ジョン・タイターとして書き込んだことはもしかして。
そう。一部を除いてほとんどが事実。
It's those exceptions that bother me.
お前は2036年から来たというのか。あの人工衛星、いやタイムマシンに乗って。
本当は正体明かさないままでいようと思ったんだけどさ、よりによってマシンが故障してるなんて完全に私の失策だ。
だがタイターのタイムマシンはシボルエに積まれていたはず。
シボルエ車だっけ？それどこからの情報
？2000年に現れたタイターが自分でそう言った。
2000年？それもしかすると別の世界線の私かもね。少なくとも私は2000年には行ってない。2036年からまっすぐここに来た。
So it was someone else. It's true that Tider never posted in 2000. Not on the current world line anyway. It doesn't matter. I can worry about that later.
お前は何を知っている？
I press Suzuha for answers, trapping her between me and the wall so she can't escape.
さっき俺とクリスの話を聞いていたな。なぜあんなに慌ててタイムマシンに向かった？お前は何をしようとしたんだ？
私のせいかと思って。
何？
私がここでのんびりしてたせいでセルンの好きにさせちゃったんだ。ねえ、本当なの？
Suzuha suddenly grabs my shoulders.
椎名真由里があと数時間後にセルンに殺されるって本当？
事実だ。俺は5時間後からタイムリープしてきた。
タイムリープ？君たちのタイムマシン完成したんだ。
それより答えろ。お前の生とはどういうことなんだ？
Suzuha bites her lip and looks away.
全部話すよ。話さなくちゃいけないと思う。君とマキセ・クリスには。
Kurisu? Why Kurisu? I guess I'll find out if I let Suzuha talk. We should head back to the lab. But first, I offer Suzuha my handkerchief. She looks at me for a second, then takes it and ties it around her burned hand.
Thank you.
Should probably try to get that treated. She should probably see a doctor about her hand, but there's no time for that. Mayuri's death is approaching. I just hope she's not in too much pain. I wrap a towel around her hand to keep people around us from staring.
おかりんおかえり。すずさんも一緒だったんだね。
When we get to the lab, Mayuri and Daru are there for some reason. I thought I sent them home. Mayuri gives me a ditzy answer when I ask them.
やっぱりね、スーパー電話レンジちゃんの完成祝いはするべきだよ。
Why is it super? I don't remember that.
I canceled the party tonight. Why haven't you both gone home?
She told me she wanted to uncancel the parties.
ということで、
Oh, I guess it's
誰
a
か
time
と
leap
二
machine
人で
now.
買い出ししてね、
Okay.
帰ってきたの。
I should have known that she wouldn't stay away. Kurisu looks as worried as I am. She leans close and whispers into my ear.
どうする？
マユリには絶対事情を知られないようにするんだ。
Kurisu nods slightly.
何こそこそ話してるん？
Just our secret, pact. We can't tell you.
と
Don't ask. We don't love each other or anything.
何度も言うが、完成祝いはしない。
オカリ、付き合い悪いよ。
そういう問題ではなく、
I glance at Suzuha. She still looks depressed.
すずさん、元気ないけどどうかしたの？
これから俺とクリスティーナとスズハで重要な話をする予定でな。だからお前たちには帰ってもらったのだ。
マユシーも聞きたいよ。
いや、マユシ、空気読んだ方がよくね？
でも、すずさん落ち込んでるみたいだし、なんだかね、マユシーは心配なのです。ごめんね。
Suzuha hangs her head and bites her lip. I know she feels responsible for Mayuri's death. But how is she related? That's what I'm here to find out.
椎名真由里と橋田至にも聞いてもらいたい。二人にも関係ある話だと思うし。
If Suzuha says so, then I have no objections. But I quietly pull her aside and remind her not to tell them about Mayuri's impending death. Then, I quickly explain Suzuha's true identity, that she posted on @channel as John Teeter, that the satellite is really a time machine, that she came from the year 2036.
未来人すげえ！マジパネっす！握手してもらっていいですか？
誰？遊びではないんだぞ。
すずさんは何年生まれなの？ 2017年。7年後なんだ。まだ生まれてないのにここにいるんだね。
There's no time to deal with Mayuri's confusion.
それでスズハ、詳しく話してもらおうか。
And that's where we're going to stop for today. Hope you guys enjoyed today's little adventure. We finally got quite a lot revealed to us, actually. We learned about what that strange satellite was, that it's actually not a satellite. We learned more or less the true identity of Suzuha here, which was very, very vague, and she acted weird a lot. There's a lot of things about her. And we learned about who John Teeter actually was. And maybe that'll explain why he hasn't been posting in the last couple days. Not sure. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time for more Steins Gate the visual novel, where we will hear Suzuha's story. Which if this is what I'm thinking it is, should actually be quite interesting as well. Thanks for watching. Bye!